a Sunday special build under $1,000. So I've had a look around on PC Part Picker, trying to find everything under $1,000. That $1,000 also includes a mouse, keyboard, software, monitor, and a headset. So it literally is a build that you can just build up and then put together and you're done. It's for first time builders more than anything, that just want a cheap system to get them through, and hopefully some of the parts they can then upgrade later on. So here we go. So first of all, we are going to start with the Intel Core i3-7100, 3.9 GHz dual core processor. It's $154 from Shopping Express. You'll find it very similar price, $157, $158, $159, all the way up to about $168, depending on where you live, what location, and what shop you can get it from. It's 2 cores running at 3.9 GHz, 3 meg cache, has hyperthreading. It can support up to 64 gigabytes of memory. It does have Intel HD graphics on board. And at the moment we're just going to use the stock cooler that comes with it, because we're not really preparing to do overclocking with this chip. So there's not much point to it at this stage. Later on you can add a CPU cooler for about $40-50 and maybe get an extra couple of gigahertz out of it. But it all depends on your motherboard as well. Motherboard we're going for is the MSI H110M Micro ATX board. Here you'll see it between $64 and $89, depending on what company you go through. It's the LGA 1151 chipset. Has 2 DIMMs, DDR4 2133 MHz. Doesn't do RAID or Crossfire. Has 4 SATA 6 gigabit ports. It's got Ethernet ports, and it's got an onboard USB 3.0 header. And from the looks of it, it looks quite the board. It's quite pretty. I'm just can't really zoom that in. Is this a better picture? Yeah, so you've got your standard audio areas there. You've got your Ethernet ports, DVI, a couple of USB ports on there, and it actually uses PS2 ports, which is very handy when you're software, if you've got an old PS2 keyboard and mouse. Very handy if you're having BIOS problems, because they get recognised before the USB. So that's pretty handy right there. So yes, that's our motherboard. It's got a good rating as well, so it's quite happy. In the way of memory, got DDR4 2400 memory. I know the board only does 2133. But we just got a 1 8 gig stick. It will downclock to 2133. It's $14.25 a gigabyte. It's pretty good. Again, you'll see it between $109 and $129. So a bit of price fluctuation. Kate latency is 15. Doesn't have a heat spreader or anything like that. It's just a bargain budget memory for 8 gigs. And the advantage of the board is you can put 2 of them in there and make it 16 gig for an extra $109. But at the moment, I've gone with the $114 one. Yeah, so there you have the RAM. For storage, we've only gone a Western Digital 1TB 7200 RPM hard drive, 5450. I think you'll find it only goes up to like $59 or something like that. Oh, some places sell it for $65, $74, but you'll find most places will have it for around the $59, $60 price point, which is quite reasonable. 1TB of storage. If you've got a little bit extra money, maybe add, I think about $70. You can get yourself a 256 gig or 128 gig SSD. But again, this is for under $1,000, so you've got to try and keep it bang for the buck. So that's what we're going with there. The graphics card, we've gone a GTX 1052 gig SD gaming video card. Price range 175 to 252. Why you'd pay $252 for it, I would not know, because you get much better cards in that price point. But at $175 fits into the budget. Good card. Small design too, so if you're going to go for a smaller case, it's very handy. Obviously, you'd have to go for a different motherboard and for your mini ITX stuff. But for micro ATX, it will fit in there nicely and not overcompensate the case. However, the case we have gone, this case I think looks great. It's the Cougar MX330. You can pick it up between about $49 and $55. It's got a tinted window on the side. It is quite pretty. It's got room for water cooling if you want to water cool. Two USB 3.0 ports and two USB 2.0 ports. Microphone, headphone input. It's got a reset and a power button. It also has the hideaway for the PSU, so you can hide your cables away. So it's a very budget-made case, but with features that a lot of the higher price cases have. You'll find that there is plenty of cable managed holes in there to run the cables through on the smaller boards as well as the bigger boards, being full ATX support. But like I said, it does water cooling, air cooling, and with that PSU cover, it just hides the cables, makes your case looks a bit nicer. There's your big glass window, which is quite nice. I'll tell you, it does full graphics card, two 3.5-inch hard drives, two 2.5-inch SSD drive bays, and where they're mounted as well, they're out of view, which is really nice. Loving that case. It is very nice indeed. Like I said, it does have capability to do water cooling. It does not include power supply. There we go. 1 2.5, two 2.5 bays, two 3.5-inch bays. So yes, you can add a fan control or something in the front, or a DVD drive. Does all your ATX, micro ATX. And yeah, it actually looks like a really good case for the price, being $49. And you can add, like I said, you can make a bigger board or something like that later on. So yeah, not too bad, $49. So next we're going for the power supply. We are looking at the Cooler Master MWE 500 watt 80 plus certified ATX power supply. Again, ranging in the price point of $55 to $59. It does 500 watts for this build, more than enough power, 80 plus efficiency, two 6+2 PCI Express pins, and it has all your other cables like your 8 pins and your 4 pin headers for your motherboard, your 24 pin obviously, and it's a plain black looking power supply, so nothing special. Even though this one's going to be hidden away, it still looks nice if you decide to go a different case and it's not hidden away. Yeah, so there is that Cooler Master power supply, 500 watt, $55. Next, obviously, Windows 10 OEM 64-bit, $119. It will go up all the way to up to about $150, something like that, because you'll need an operating system for your first time. That's probably the best way. You'll find that you probably end up downloading it, or comes in a USB stick, so you'll be able to just install that quite easily onto your system. Monitor, we are going for the Acer K222 HQL 920 by 1080 monitor. It's 21.5 inches. Again, price point $115 to about $137, $140. Have a look around, you can get some good prices. It's a widescreen, 16 by 9, 5 millisecond response time, 60 Hz, LED, 1 DVI, 1 VGA. It is not going to break the bank 1,000,000 to 1, 100,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. Says 22-inch widescreen on it, but it's just got nice bezels, nice and black. It is piano black, shiny, but all in all, for the price, good little monitor will get you up and running. Again, not trying to break the bank. Keyboard and mouse, well, $29 or $35 generally. It's an MK200 keyboard. It is basically a stock Logitech wide keyboard and mouse. Slight contour on the spacebar design. Everything's where it should be, the enter button, the num lock. Even it's got media key functions at the top, not that generally people worry about that. And it's just got a normal mouse. It's nothing fancy. It's a normal, what I'd call a 3-button mouse. So mouse 1, mouse 2, and middle mouse buttons. And that's all you need to start off with if you're not, like I said, we're sticking to a budget. You can get better, but at the start, that's all you're going to need. It is a USB. The mouse tracking method is optical. Obviously, it's all black and slim. So there we go. That is the Logitech MK200. And lastly, but not least, we have our headset. We got the Thermatoke Cronus headset. It's generally about the $69 price point. You'll get it on Amazon. I think that's JW Technology. Obviously made by Thermaltake. Closed, 2 channels, microphone, yes. No active noise cancellation, 117 dB USB 2.0 connection. If you don't like red, well, I'm sorry, it's red and black. But for $68, it's quite a good little headset from the looks of it. It's got a lot of padding there. It's got nice ear muffs, big ear cushions. Connects up, so pull away cord if you need it. Got a microphone that drops down. I'm trying to have a look. So yeah, so that's not a bad idea. Thermaltake Cronus headset. It's got an alright rating. 3.5 stars. Not too bad for a $69 headset. There's probably better out there. But at this point of time, that's what I could find. So anyway, after all that, so we've got our everything there to basically start up everything. And we come to a price point of $996.56 AUD, which for the price is quite good. We're getting a more expensive headset than normal. Usually you try and get a $39, $49 headset. We're getting 8 gig of RAM. We've got an i3-7100 3.9 gigahertz. You can go cheaper on that and just get like a G, I can't remember the series number, for 4560 or something like that for $59, which is like a 3.6 gigahertz dual core. And then put money into a better board or something like that. But we've tried to keep it across par, across the board. You can even lower your headset costs, but here's the difference. If you've already got a system and you just want to upgrade this one, so you've got Windows 10, you've got a monitor, you've got a keyboard and mouse and a headset, if you could take off probably 200, probably about $300 there. With that $300, you'd probably add a better graphics card to this system, and maybe 16 gig of RAM, or put an SSD and a better graphics card in there, and more RAM depending on your budget, and you could really save some money there. $300 goes a long way at a budget build. That's a third of the build, roughly, is taken up with stuff that if you've already got a system, or you've already got your Windows, your monitor, your keyboard, mouse, and headset, if you already got that, $300 is a third of the price of this build, so that can go a long way into making it better. So that is it for this Sunday special build guide. This is Geek with Leash. I'll be uploading this to YouTube probably in the next day or so. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment below, comment on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.